Hey everybody, looks like we might be having some technical difficulties, so bear with me here as we get this rolling. Again, appreciate all of you guys subscribing. This is a celebration for 100 subscribers. Hey everybody, I'm not sure if you can hear me or if I'm completely frozen, if you can't see me. Having a little bit of technical difficulties for whatever reason with the webcam here. And apparently the Elgato is having the same issue right now. Hey, everybody. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Now that we've got the machine here up and running, all we have to do is install Doom and get this going here. So we are working with the Hopefully now you can hear and see things a little bit better. Um, Gonna give it a shot to try and boost this up. Unfortunately, had some technical difficulties and had to restart. Um, Anytime you're running a DOS game, this can happen. Uh, but once we get through scan disk here, everything should be in ship shape and we should be able to simply move forward. Again, this is the trick of playing things on original hardware. Um, at this point, I'm going to blame most of our technical difficulties on the fact that I'm splitting a VGA signal, which is not exactly the world's strongest signal. So hopefully that this sort of helps, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Again, it's just a hardware limitation more than anything. That being said, I do think this should make for a fairly interesting stream if we can get it running and get things moving. Um, let's just see how everything boots up. I'm actually also going to be connecting a second VGA monitor, um, just because I want to see if the picture's any better there. Um, it does appear to be much more stable, so since that's more stable, I'm hoping that maybe it'll help clean up the image for everything else. So, we don't need the welcome stuff. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. And I don't think it added Doom to programs. It didn't. So I'll jump back in and go through the process tree. Right. There's Doom. Alright, so looks like all the parameters are correct. So let's go ahead and launch Doom and see if Doom boots up correctly. Still a bit of a flicker, but I can see it on my screen. Glad you can hear me now. You have to just bear with me. I can see it on my monitor, but unfortunately just can't see it very well on this. So I'm going to see if I can get into the options here and maybe adjust the screen size. That doesn't seem to help. Yeah, as far as I can tell, the limitation here is because I'm capturing from VGA that's being converted into a composite RCA signal. Let me know, can you at least hear the audio from Doom? If you can hear the audio, that's kind of what's most important to me at this point, because I don't think the picture is going to get any better, and for whatever reason, my webcam picture is not going to start moving again. So let's go ahead and start with Hey Not Too Rough, because I haven't played in a very long time. Okay, now that I can actually see the whole screen, kind of know what I'm doing here. Getting some armor bonus right away. It's kind of cool to hear this music again after all these years. It's been, boy, I don't think I played the original Doom in maybe 20 plus years, so pretty awesome. Yeah, the picture's kind of terrible, but I mean, it's somewhat visible. You can kind of see that I'm doing something on the screen. All right. So, of course, you know, Doom being probably the most ubiquitous, I would say, PC shooter of the 90s, it does run on just about anything. I know I played the crap out of this game on several different computers. I've never actually played this on a network. I know you can network it with serial connectors, you can network it with IPX, you can do it with a regular NIC card. Honestly, I've just never really had cause to network and play Doom. which is odd to me because it's a great game. I'm not even a fan of shooters, and I like Doom quite a bit. So that's really saying something. Now, of course, when I first played this game, I was pretty young, so I think it was more scary than anything. Um, Probably because you're fighting demons. Um, I think the Keiko demon was what would always scare me the most. Um, you guys have any villains from here that scared you? Keiko demon I think got me the most. The little flying skull things never really got me too much, but the yeah, there's something about the weird little flying like heads coming at you that would scream at you and stuff. That always freaked me out. So that's just me. Um, Hopefully in the future I can maybe stream this from a different machine, just because I have an HDMI capture device and I think that would work much better. The Elgato captures everything on RCA. I have one card that does send out a composite signal, but unfortunately, I don't think I have any machines right now that that'll work in that are really worthwhile. So now I know I didn't get the shotgun. I didn't get any of the real secret on this level. It's just been a long time. Par for the course is 30 seconds. Wow. Um, I guess. I don't know. 30 seconds seems like not a lot of time, but who knows? Um, just wanted to give a shout out to my man, Lord Uther, who is joining us today on the stream. Appreciate that. I'm going to guess we'd probably have more people watching if this game wasn't flickering the whole time, which is fine. Again, I get it. There's not really much I can do about that. So we probably won't make this a terribly long stream. Um, I will say one of the things about this game that freaked me out is how you can kind of hear guys lurking. You might not always know where they are. That always kind of freaked me out as a kid. Um, for me, that was kind of new to games. Like usually, if you saw an enemy in games, like in Mario, it was like far enough away that it wasn't it wasn't anything to be frightened of, and they certainly didn't like go the whole time. There's our red key card. I also remember the little face, which mirrors your health in this game, always freaked me out when you got super injured because it get all bloody and stuff, and that to me was just kind of like, I don't know, scary, I guess, in a sense. Um, but again, for the age, that this game came out, I mean, this is a DOS game, so you were playing this on pretty primitive systems, and the graphics of this game are just phenomenal for the era. I think. I mean, I think back to the other games I played at the time, which were like, sort of those line drawn graphics games. Like Jeopardy was one we played a lot of, and that was something that basically the character models were just stick figures, um, which was fine. I mean, we played the hell out of that game too, and it was a lot of fun. But for the most part, it wasn't like, you know, wasn't anything amazing. Now, I can't ever remember how to get up there to get that armor without typing in the cheat code that lets you walk through walls, but no matter. It's not like you guys can see a whole lot of this anyway with the game flickering the way it is. Um, it was also cool when you blow things up, you see the corpses, but like sometimes they just get completely shellacked. I think there's one over here you can see if you can get through the flicker. There's like this, it looks like a carcass you'd see on the side of the road, kind of thing. Yeah, I need this shotgun ammo. You know, and that to me was always kind of freaky. Like, you know, you'd see, yeah, as a kid, of course, you'd see like dead things on the side of the road from time to time, but it was always kind of just, I don't know, icky to like play a game and just see like these mutilated corpses. And then, of course, yeah, the flashing lights in these corridors. Yeah, there's that creepy sound again. They can't see you very often, but you can usually see them. There's a lot of ammo in here. Yeah, with the flicker and the lighting in this particular room, it's pretty intense. I will say that the lowest level enemies in this game are like stormtroopers. They couldn't hit the barn side of a broad kind of thing, um, which is pretty funny. Of course, now as an adult, they don't freak me out nearly like they used to. But I remember as a kid, like I always thought they were so scary because they had red eyes. But well, I've hit my max, I think, on clips and on shotgun shells, so I don't really need to wander around in there anymore. Alright. That was the other thing about this game is, you know, you'd play it and you don't have a mini map, you don't have any indication of where you should be going. So unless you've played this a few times, it's not always super clear where you're supposed to be or where you're supposed to be heading. And that's where that like 30-second par for the course thing was always silly to me because it was like, well, if you've played the level, sure, 30 seconds might be realistic, but if you've never played the level, never played the game, you know, how are you going to know where you're going? Although the levels are not terribly complex either. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Mega armor, always pretty boss. Open your side door. I do remember as a kid always like turning the brightness up on the monitor to try and see better in the level. Clearly that doesn't work because I'm playing on an LCD monitor and it should have plenty of brightness and I can't see shit in these rooms. Pick up that ammo. Restore my health. I guess I could have gone a little bit more difficult than I did, but it's pretty funny. Yeah, having that in-game map is a real game changer. You know, it's something we don't appreciate very much on our modern games that we get, but hey, what do you do, you know? So, hey, again, I apologize for the flicker. It's just a fact of the matter with when you're splitting a VGA signal, it's hard to capture it. You know, in the future, what I'll probably do is stream this off of a more modern PC so we can see it kind of in a little bit more glory and a little less gross flicker. That being said, this is the Acer Aspire. If you've seen my videos, I've done a couple on this machine. I've got it up and running where it recognizes USB, although when I was first getting the stream set up today, I had to I had to switch back to the USB keyboard and mouse I was using when I set it up because the USB keyboard and mouse I was going to use for the machine didn't work. So Windows 98, even on second edition, is very, very temperamental. Even though it recognizes USB devices, if they're not the exact ones you were using, unfortunately, you may end up with a situation like I had, where, yeah, it should be running your USB devices just fine, but for whatever reason, it won't, because it's finicky and it wants a specific driver for a specific peripheral. Again, we're spoiled with modern devices. That's just the matter of fact here. Now, I don't know about you guys. I don't even remember how to switch weapons until I run out of ammo. But why would you ever switch from the shotgun unless you have the rocket launcher, the BFG? I don't know. To me, it just seems silly. But there you go, the shellac, where it just turns the enemy into mush. But somehow it didn't kill that other guy. Oh yeah, that's like a super power up that I don't remember how to get to without walking through walls. I know there's a way to get there though, so we're gonna try and figure it out because why not? Okay. Yeah, it was the other sound that you'd always hear is that. It's like just disturbing. Okay, this must be a regular armor. Oh, right. I think you can just press the numbers on the number pad to switch. Maybe not. Oh well. It doesn't matter. I don't want to switch back to the pistol anyway. Okay, so this is just a power-up room. Don't care. Really want to get to that other room there. I don't remember. There must be a secret door somewhere. Trying to force your way through a secret door that may or may not exist, of course. It makes that sound. I remember walking through these levels looking for secrets, just doing that the whole time. And somebody in the other room would be like, what on earth is going on in there? Why do I keep hearing Oh. Well, how's about that for a secret door? It's one guy. I'm not going to run myself out of ammo. Ugh. I haven't gotten damaged enough for you guys to see his face change, but again, that was the part I think that kind of scared me away from ever playing this game too much. Whoop. I will say for a DOS game, it's got pretty amazing response time on the keyboard. Whoop, I gotta be careful. I don't want to fall in the poison. I think there's a way to get around there. But I might be sacrificing some health to do it. I know there's an advantage to going down there, but I don't remember what it is. And at this point, it's not that impressive because the game's flickering so much. Yikes. My aim is terrible. There's our blue key card. Wow. Hello. Yeah, I think on this difficulty it just gives you almost too many power-ups. And there it shut the light out on me. Well, that's fun. I can see a shadow of a shotgun. Problem is, I gotta find the door to get back to where I was. I'm sure this is very entertaining to watch. There we go. So, there's that. Okay, so I know I've got... You know what? We're just going to do it. Aside from there being a med kit down there, I'm at a loss as to why that was useful. I remember there was something about this room, like a whole wall comes down or something, but whatever. It's only Doom, right? I think you can get into that room or something. Let's see. Now we go all the way back around. Might as well get the extra shotgun. The Doom storyline, basically you are, I think you awaken from like a cryo sleep or something, and demons have taken over the, I think it's a Mars colony, and then I think in Doom 2 you go to hell, and then you end up back on Earth, and I don't know. I had to actually Wikipedia it because I couldn't remember, and now I'm having trouble remembering what I even read on Wikipedia. It has a fairly interesting story, but I will say it doesn't really explain it very well in the game. Otherwise, I feel like I would have known it. But yeah, I guess I just never really had an explanation, and never really mattered to me necessarily either. There we go. Now you can see my bloody nose. You have to really get damaged to get to the point where you're like your whole face is bleeding and you're like you look like you're melting from the top down. Um, I feel like there's a secret door in here somewhere, but again, it doesn't matter. There's also a bunch of like hidden levels and stuff in this game, with a lot of Easter eggs, and there's a lot of fun cheat codes. Um, but yeah, drop me a comment if you know the Doom storyline better than I do. I'd be very interested to know what it is. But again, it's an old DOS game. I don't think it's going to make or break my Doom experience. Yeah, no secret discovered. Yeah, there's only is there only 7 like main levels? But I know with cheat codes you can get to like I feel like it's 30 levels or more. But yeah, there's another one of those power ups, but I don't know how to get to that. I feel like I should. All right, there's an extra shotgun. So, toggle switch on the wall. I definitely feel like this game is easier now that I'm an adult, but honestly, not by much. It's probably more that I'm a little less freaked out by the game. Ooh, ooh. Radiation shielding suit, eh? Oh, that's right. This is where you get the rocket launcher, the most fun weapon in this game, other than the BFG. I haven't gotten the Gatling gun yet. That's a pretty fun weapon. And then there is the plasma rifle, I think it's called. Alright, well. Go back this way. Woo! Oh, shit. Alright, well, now that I've damaged myself accidentally, I have figured out how to switch weapons. Yeah, Wolfenstein, that was a classic as well. Um, very similar, very similar game. I think id made that as well. I know I'm going to sound stupid by not knowing that off the top of my head, but um, really a lot of the same gameplay. I think there's even a hidden secret level in Doom that is it's just a Wolfenstein level. Um, and I have to find a health power up because I can only take like one more hit, or one more good hit anyway. Seriously though, the animation in this game is pretty spot on. Um, for the era. I mean, you consider you played this on a 386 sometimes. I mean, this game can run on anything. Um, it's just kind of impressive. Ah, there we go. Stim pack to get me a little bit further ahead of the game here. But I really need a med kit. There we go. The one thing I will say about Doom is it always pays to kind of loop back and just double check places you've been if you need power-ups or ammo or something. Oh, somebody's shooting rockets at me. The one drawback I think to this game in particular is the aiming. Um, the aiming's pretty arbitrary. Um, it's like sometimes you'll just shoot the wall in front of you, sometimes it'll shoot up on the ledge. Unless I'm an idiot and I just don't know how to control it, which is very possible. Um, well, that's interesting. There's the chain gun. Ah. Alright, so little by little we're finding out what this map is all about. So while I'm wandering around trying to find my way here, um, if you haven't already, head over to the Digital Escape Podcast page here on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Do me a favor. We do a weekly episodic podcast, and we talk all sorts of different things. We talk our favorite games, our favorite hobbies, um, kind of this, that, and the other. Right now we're talking Christmas stuff every week. Um, we're doing a lot of fun things over there, and yeah, I got to be honest with you, it's just a good time. We do a lot of retro stuff between gaming and other things. We talk food, we talk sports. We're really just a general interest variety show. Three guys, myself, Lord Uther, and John Cow from Two Cows Gaming. Um, we're just kind of getting started out, but we've got a lot of great content, a lot of good stuff. So, if you're interested in a podcast like that, again, we're weekly episodic, and we also have an expansion podcast that myself and Lord Uther do uh, called the Warp Core podcast. I don't know why that was escaping me. That is also weekly episodic, but is exclusive here to YouTube. Now, the Digital Escape podcast is available on all podcast platforms, whereas the Warp Core is a YouTube exclusive. So, if you are interested in any of that, do please feel free to go take a look over at our YouTube page, or you can head over to digitalescapepod.com. That's digitalescapepod.com. that'll link you out to everything we have to offer. Um, and certainly there's a lot of good stuff on that website as well. And there'll be content coming all the time. So, continue to check us out. Hit that subscribe button both on this page and over at the Digital Escape podcast page. And, look forward to providing you guys with some quality entertainment. If you have any feedback for us too, we're always looking for, tips, tricks, contributions. Certainly, I think one thing I will take away just from this stream is that, figuring out how to stream this more successfully would be a good idea. Again, I apologize for the flicker. Um, while I like my little VGA to RCA converter, to stream it, the capturing of it is not super successful. That flicker is pretty annoying. Luckily, I can do a simulcast to a second monitor here with VGA, so I can at least see what I'm doing. Although that being said, it doesn't really help you guys out, so I apologize for that. This would probably be a lot more enjoyable experience for anybody watching if the game itself wasn't flickering everywhere. The cool thing is, this is on original hardware. This is the Acer Aspire, which I've done several videos on my YouTube channel on, just getting this thing cleaned up, getting it repaired, getting it working and running, and then upgrading it to Windows 98 Second Edition. This was the machine that, for whatever reason, was not wanting to recognize USB keyboard and mouse, even though Windows 98 kind of famously had those capabilities. The interesting thing about that is the back panel made it look like, it didn't have VGA capabilities. It made it look like, essentially the VGA was, not VGA, sorry. It made it look like it didn't have PS2 capabilities. So it's like, well, how am I going to run a keyboard or a mouse on this if there's no PS2 and it won't automatically read, USB? Well, of course, upon further analysis, the back plate on this has a sticker covering, a rigid sticker that just covers up the two PS2 ports. So it has all the capabilities of a normal motherboard of the time. It just, for whatever reason, Acer decided it was just going to take away that capability from you and force you to use their proprietary USB products. Luckily, with a little elbow grease and ingenuity, I basically said F that and it got the thing working to the way I wanted it to. That, of course, being said, it's not an ideal situation either. But hey, here we are. We're using this system. Got 98 Second Edition on it, so it's much better than it was with the original Windows 98 software on it. I don't think there's anything else really to grab here, so there we go. Another level down. All right, so that took about 9 minutes longer than apparently it should. The Phobos lab, honestly, I don't know that I really ever get too much farther in this game than this level. Mostly because I kind of get bored with it. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I'm a little bored with it right now. But we must press on, at least for a few more minutes. We're coming up on that hour mark. And, with the flicker, obviously this is not going to be anybody's real, favorite watch on this channel for sure, I'd say. The good news is there's, going to be more. I'm going to do more live streaming to YouTube. One, because I've got the hardware to do it, and two, because I think we could do some kind of interesting stuff. I always like the chain gun in this game because you get a lot of those little clips and pistol ammo, and that goes in the chain gun. So it's just easy to make sure you have plenty of ammo all the time. I'm getting shot at from somewhere, but I'm not sure where. Yellow key card, eh? Okay. See, it's up on a ledge somewhere that I'm getting shot at. Um, that's one drawback to this game. Again, you can't really aim up on that ledge. The shotgun is really nice for close quarters, but I find that the chain gun kind of has this, I don't know, this effect on enemies where they just sort of stop motion. Oh yeah, these things. Oh, those little like, I don't know, let's call them Brock Lesnar's with horns. Those things used to freak me out when I was a kid. Although they're not terribly scary. I kind of look at them now like, oh, that's not really all that scary. But I think when I was, 7, that was probably a bit of a freak out for me. Again, probably way too young to be playing this game. Although I think kids these days get exposed to games that are way more violent and scary than this one. So, and that's not a judgment necessarily either, but to each their own. I did offer to stream The Sims or Lego Island, but you guys wanted to see Doom, so you're gonna get Doom. And now that I know that it's gonna flicker like this, I think when I opt to stream The Sims, we're gonna play it on a nicer PC with an HDMI, so we can capture better game footage for you guys. Oop. Oop. Whew. I gotta run across this poison. Interesting. Oh, balls. Well, screw it. I don't need any of that stuff that bad. Alright, so since we're running a little low on that ammo, we're going to switch to the shotgun. Boy, I had that guy dead to rights and I still couldn't hit him. I will say the intricacy of these levels is pretty fantastic. Again, I'm just blown away that this is a DOS game. Like, to spend this amount of time to design these levels, even though a lot of the character modeling and stuff is all the same, just the sheer scope of what they had to do to program this game is just impressive. And that's something I don't think has ever changed in terms of my appreciation for what this game is. And honestly, the same goes for Doom 2. I mean, Doom 2 is also a really nice looking, complex game with a lot of layers and a lot of interesting features. Let's see, I don't think I need to run across this poison, do I? Let's see. Again, lack of minimap. It's just kind of hard to know where I'm supposed to go next to find the exit. The one thing I will say is, like, these are not terribly complicated levels either. Oh, I hear an enemy, so I must be somewhere near the right spot. I guess I do have to run across that poison. Okay, well. We'll get to the end of this level, and I think we're going to call the stream at that. Again, I apologize for the flicker. I appreciate anybody who did stick with me here, because obviously this is not the most aesthetically pleasing thing to be looking at as a flickering game screen. So for that, I thank you. But yeah, that was definitely scarier when I was a kid. Not that, still kind of an intimidating enemy, but, you know, not really that scary. There we go. Blue key card. I feel like after years of playing this game, I should know it better than I do. I really just don't. Because I feel like I should know where to go next. And, 8-year-old me is screaming, like, hey, go this way, or there's a secret behind this wall, or something. But, 34-year-old me is like, Doom? And I'm not even I don't even really play shooter games anymore. So this is, in some ways, kind of new territory. But this is definitely my speed of first-person shooter. I was never much into the other ones, the more modern games. It's probably why I'm more of a retro gamer guy these days. I think it's just because I'm bad at games. But, that's beside the point. Let's see. Okay, so we're back here. And I have a blue key card now. But I'll be damned if I know where to take this blue key card. Oh, duh. There's a rocket. Ah, you bastard. Well. There you go. Another level down, the Phobos lab. Well, I killed all the enemies, so there's something. But how long did this level take? Oh man, like 9 more minutes than it should. I'm sure that was really fun to watch for you guys. Not. Well, hey, I really appreciate everybody joining. Again, I apologize for the flicker. Like I said, future streams we're going to be doing via HDMI capture, so they should be far, far more interesting. I had a lot of fun. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It does me a favor, and I appreciate it. I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. 100 subscribers in my little channel really means a lot to me. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to continue to be delivering content as often as I can. Hopefully, interesting stuff for you. If you're interested in more of what I do, head over to digitалescapepod.com or check us out at Digital Escape Podcast here on YouTube. We'll be dropping some episodes there as well as some little featurettes and a YouTube exclusive podcast called The Warp Core, which is a weekly episodic podcast all about Star Trek. The Digital Escape Podcast is a general variety show where we talk about our interests and things of that nature. Certainly a lot of fun. That is myself, Lord Uther, and John Cow from Two Cows Gaming. That's all I got for you guys. I appreciate all your patience and bearing with me through all the technical difficulties. And, again, I apologize we didn't get a nice, clear picture for you guys to enjoy. I am a retro gamer, so I will probably be doing some streams of just retro games as I have the ability and the time. But as always, I appreciate all your time. Thanks for hanging out with me, and